You guys are well with the floods having happened. We're safe. And, how did you feel? Where were you when the floods were happening?
I was at home. I was in Mandeni. Yeah. So we didn't experience anything hectic like that. It didn't even rain like it did in Durban.
Nothing at all.
Well, it did rain, but it wasn't as hectic as it was in Durban. You know?
So, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. I like that.
What's your-
How do I say it? Like, well, no, just
You
echo.
should have an up and coming presenter person. So you should have something you should say. Have a pre-made vibe.
I don't actually have one, but anyways, I'm pretty sure I can come up with something. Just not today, in the future. Anyways, my name is Thobeka Ndwandwe, all the way from Mandeni. How you guys doing? Boo, 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 boo.
Boo, 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 boo. So I bumped into it for the culture, and I'm like, okay, as a population, I said, more not to and it was very interesting at the fact that you remind me that a lot of presenters are from the school of Onang.
Oh my god, no, no, it's not even the case. Well, so many times, people have always said to me, oh my gosh, you sound like Bonang. Like, oh my god, I really don't want to do this, I've always been so skeptical.
You didn't turn off your phone. Turn off your phone.
I'm so sorry.
So rude.
I'm so sorry. It's my boyfriend.
Hi, boyfriend.
Hi, baby. Can I call you later? I'm already on the interview. Sorry, love.
Oh.
Sorry. What can I say? I'm so sorry about that, guys. I thought it was on silent. I swear to God, I apologize.
So unprofessional.
I am so sorry. I thought it was on silent.
You're a professional, or you just
I'm very professional.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
That's so good. You're still safe.
Yes. So people have always said to me, "Oh my gosh, you sound like Bonang. Oh my god." I was like, "Oh my god, no, this is not what I want. I don't want to be like another episode of Mini Slamini and."
What the hell does that mean?
No, it's like when Umini joined the industry.
Yeah.
So did what's this other girl's name?
Who?
Lavafanai. They look the same.
Uba.
She's a rapper now.
Nadina Kai.
No.
Boy.
What's that? Yes.
Yeah.
You see, it was like that typical of a situation. I didn't want that. So I gained some weight because I was so not that when I'm skinny, but
Did you gain weight on purpose?
Yes. Okay. So I don't look like a typical Bona. I don't even have her sexy legs. God, Lord have mercy, I'm so short, guys. But yeah, I would.
So, how do you end up from Mandeni in Durban?
That happened in 2018 when I actually decided, you know what, I really don't want to fly. That's not what I want to do. I don't want to be in the aviation industry, of which is what I graduated.
You did the aviation industry?
I did.
So, aren't you too short to be an air hostess?
I know, but yes, that happened. And that's history. That is history. Okay. Yeah, so I did that, and then, but I've always wanted to be an actress, to be quite honest with you. However, the dream was shattered when I was a kid because everyone kept on saying, "Oh no, you need to slip your way up,"
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
That was the advice around you.
Exactly. So that's sort of a...
Which still does happen, by the way. But that's
definitely. Now that I'm here, I know that it does happen. However, it's a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But when I was a kid, everyone kept on saying, "No, you need to slip your way up," and all of that. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to be an actress. I don't want to slip my way.
Is this Mandeni advice?
This is Mandeni, okay? This is my parents and my family panicking. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, why does she want to do this?" It was like, oh. Okay. Everybody lost it. And then so, I was actually not so fully duty as a chiropractor, but then I ended up not doing that.
Sure.
And yeah, it's a long story, guys. The things we do for our families. But then, yes, I decided, no, so I went to the call center, CCI. I started working there, and it was terrible. I was so miserable. Lord have mercy on my soul.
Shout out to CCI.
Oh my God.
The dream killer or dream alternative.
Yes, whichever one. So then, that's how I ended up in Durban. So that's when I ended up in Durban. And my roommate, I remember she wanted to be a teacher. She kept on saying, "Come on, let's go and study," and whatever. I was like, do I really
Dude, my mom, when I was down and out before I had a job, my mom would be like, how about fundies? How about fundies? How about teach? Nah, darn, I used to think about just sitting there with 30 kids looking at me like, fuck that
happening. Exactly. So that was the case. And my friend was like, no, Asam is so funda. Nanani. And we did Karamasieo, just to apply. And I was like, what the hell do I want to do? And I'm like, honestly, I was so lost and unhappy. And I was young. So, when you're young, you have this other pressure. But, your peers are doing well. They're graduating. They were doing so many things. I was like, oh my God, what is going to happen in my life? Is this how I'm going to be? This is the end of my life.
Yeah.
And I went back home. Nafundu case.
Okay.
I know, right?
You're an electrician?
Oh my God. I did electric engineering. And luckily, my math
Did you pass?
Nigga. I did.
Oh my God.
But I did for the first, because it follows movements and you do them for like 3 months.
Yeah.
So then, young pass on my test that we were doing a class in and everything. But I always told my teachers, I don't belong here. And luckily, she was like, nah, she's always wanted to be like in the entertainment industry,
Sure.
So she was like, those teachers are involved in schooling, in terms of arts and sports, she was just that kind of person.
Yeah.
And I always told her, you know what, I've
seen some pretty like fucking like hot ass like ladies that do like electricity. There's some is a little spy like whoa, like quantity available. So you probably just would have gone up and be like the same. What's your game and also kind of guess in the building. So hey whoa.
But still, no, I didn't want that. Because my problem was the uniform. More than anything, it was just a matter of
safety and protection.
I didn't care.
Okay, yeah, I get you. One of the things you should see me. I dress like this to work. I don't care.
Exactly. See, it's the freedom.
Yeah, it's the freedom. But there's freedom, but I'm broke, and electricians are rich.
Good for them. Yeah.
We're broke.
But at least you're happy.
Okay, so electricity, you passed the few tests. Did you finish the course?
I did finish the course. However, I failed 2 subjects, of which you can't go through. You can't get your certificates up until you do the 2.
What was it? Safety?
No. It was the IE. I forgot the full,
okay.
But I just remember the abbreviation of it. I just don't remember the entire thing. And then what else did I also failed maths. Sadly, my mom is a maths lecturer in Fuller's College.
Oh, really? And you suck at maths?
Imagine.
Did you finish matric or did you? Is this after matric?
Come on.
Oh, come on.
I did finish matric. How would I possibly go to aviation without matric?
I don't know. Maybe paid someone.
Oh, wow. Anyways, this is after matric, obviously. Then I decided that in 2019, because you enjoy for 3 months. In 3 months, you get a N3. 3 months, you can get to N4. Not 3 months, you can get up until you get to N6.
Yeah.
Because it's not like you need to do like a full year. No. So then, Now it's time to decide. So I told my parents, no, I'm going back to SCI. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yep. You really want to start again and do this thing called life. And I did. Yeah. I went back, and luckily, first day in Durban, they put me in one of the best campaigns that they have at SCI, which is Foxtel. I don't know if it still is. But yeah. Again, at Foxtel, I had the best time of my life. But the worst part was not getting on 12 shift. So terrible. Yeah. So the entire day I would be able to do everything with my life, only to go to work at 12 midnight. Yeah. So then I decided, no, you know what? I really ngifuna eskoleni. And then that's when my aunt sent me a audition for his tomb on WhatsApp. She's like, hey, go try it out. And I know the guy who puts his school, so you may never know. You can use my connections, which I know the guy nan. So I did. And auditioning, the first time I got to the academy, ngafika sekulate futhi ngangilate. And then ngifika abatsukesi, and I remember I lied. I was like ngisuke eMtuba, and the guy was like, oh my gosh, usuka kude, I understand. Yeah. And akazange audition, because the moment I walk through the door, I think when it's time, everything is just smooth. Yeah. You know what I mean? And ngafika nje namasukesi, I didn't do the audition until I must come on Thursday. I think that was on a Monday. No, it was on a Wednesday. Oh, no, it was on Tuesday, actually. Sure. But to a Thursday, I can start. Yeah. At my classes. And I was like, what? You've got to be kidding me. was so excited. I was so
And these are acting classes.
yeah. This is an acting academy. Igabao Performing Arts Academy.
Yeah.
Yes, I
And
graduated. Electropin ngale.
Sure.
Icon. It's Pagati at DMS Durban Music School. Yeah, well, so they're in partnership. So they have DMS ngan, and then you have Igabao Performing Arts. So then, ngangena esikoleni ngafunda ngaba umfundi, you know?
Sure.
And I would go to work. Oh, and I went to work. I'm like, you know what, guys? I can't do the full shift. Even if you guys cut my salary, as long as I do what I love, then I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Yes, it's not
So
about
then,
the money.
yes, and it didn't like I really did not have a problem. And literally, I was the first person who went a low program.
Yeah.
In 17 even.
Sure.
To actually have the ability ukuthi ngifunde ngibe ngisebenza during ama hours asemsebenzini because ngangena 12 ngiphuma 6 ngiyaqala eclassini ngo8 and mind you
It's a remote class and everything.
yes
Yeah.
but mangifike eclassini you know vele at school everything is about action. It's not about whether you're doing everything ebhukwini.
Yeah.
So then gym is the first session. Come ngiphuma ngishift ngikhathele bethu then ngifike eclassini ngazi gym. After gym you have dance class.
Sure.
After dance class you have music class.
Sure.
Yo, bro, it was hectic, but I loved what I was doing, so I was happy. I was content.
So what do you see yourself then? Like final is this like actress / MC / singer? Is that the final vibe?
To be quite honest, in the beginning, I was just an actress.
Yeah.
That was just who I wanted to be. That was just me. You know, that's my major.
Yeah.
However, as soon as I got to learn about the industry, you know, or everything in the arts, I saw myself, no. I actually fit everywhere. I can do radio because I have an amazing voice, all thanks to my dad. I can be a presenter, all thanks to my personality because of my father. Yes, like I was like, you know what? Since everyone is like, no, dude, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, you can do that, and to be quite honest, I was overwhelmed by everything because every time when I walk through a door, I started speaking, people are like, oh my gosh, is that your voice? I'm like, yeah, it is. And then everyone is like, I know, Yazin, when I girl, I know, your future is very bright. It's very bright.
Did you believe that before people said it?
No, I didn't, to be quite honest, I didn't.
Because that's something that I see a lot of like performing artists like fail to believe in is themselves, especially at the beginning. So what did it take for you to believe in yourself?
It took a lot of practice, a lot of work, a lot of self-introspection as well. And I think my biggest fear, and also overcoming some of my fears, yabo, uguti, to be so talented as an individual, to have so many capabilities and abilities, it was so scary because then you always overthinking, will I still be humble? You know, knowing that I can do so much, knowing that people saw so much in me, will I still be able to be humble?
Yeah.
That was my biggest fear. So then...
But are you a humble person?
I'm very humble, Shema, don't wanna lie. With the abilities that... Oh! My goodness.
I mean,
damn.
Maybe you're down to earth, but are you humble?
Yeah, I'm very humble. Well, maybe it's... Wait, when you say humble, do you mean humble as in like someone who's, you know, like...
You don't think you show it. You're
No.
You're down to earth.
No.
But you're not humble.
Okay, I'm down to earth. I'm down to earth.
But you, I guess what you're trying to say is that I don't want to once I'm there to act like there's
look
people
down
below,
on people.
below
Yes.
me.
Yes. On that, yes, from that point of view.
But because you're not humble.
I'm not, because I'm very bubbly
like,
and
somebody
talkative.
saying blind and you go, oh really? That's humble. It's like 'cause when somebody says, I will walk into a room and say, get blind. You know, I feel like you're the same energy. I killed it.
Yeah,
know?
no, definitely.
Which is not humble.
Oh, but it took me a long time to actually be that person.
You're fine. About blind, but still not be heading towards success. How many dope presenters, actresses do you know that are not successful? You know, because talent is not all.
Yes, talent requires work.
Talent
discipline,
requires admin.
everything. But then, yeah, I think that was one of my biggest fears. Why, as soon as I tell myself, you know what, you're good at this.
Yeah.
You know, then
yeah.
But then, yeah.
That's cool. It's very interesting that you like because it's really one of the things that you'd find. I met you at the event. I don't know at for the culture.
Yeah.
And sometimes there's a lot of artists that perform, and you really see the range from I do this as a hobby
Mm-hmm.
in my bedroom to I do this to try and make money, and that range is large.
Yeah, it's two different
It's
things.
two large different things. Yeah, well,
Mm.
so it's very interesting always bumping into people who are fully have no longer have like a sort of an imposter syndrome in what they do, because it really does resonate in what you do. Even if you're a plumber,
Yeah.
uzobonakala ukuthi, "Eh, wena uyithembi, by the way that pipe just comes in and curves, yeah,
You
boy."
know, and it just screws you over.
Screws you over. So you said you have an audition soon.
Yes, I do.
What are you working on?
Currently I'm not busy with anything.
Yeah.
I'm just really getting ready for audition Mbongeni Musarafina.
Yeah.
Yes, apparently rumor has it that they're probably not gonna be doing it in South Africa. They're gonna be doing it in New York. So I'm just really hoping. I really want to. Well, it's always been a dream actually.
But New York is cold. You really want to go in New
But
York?
I'm going in summer, so
Oh, okay. Fine.
yeah,
Fine,
phakathi
fine.
ushawusheka.
Is that-
Hayi, ngakho ngiyajima manje ngijoke ebhishi.
So then social media. Do you have social media?
I do. I have WhatsApp and also I also
WhatsApp's
have
not a social media,
Instagram.
yeah.
It's still social media. It
I mean,
still
I
is.
mean, it is, but
I
mean,
have Instagram as Ndwandwe Thobeka and on Facebook Thobeka Ndwandwe nje.
And Twitter. You don't have Twitter.
I do, but I don't use it. Ndwandwe Thobeka.
I want to talk about that
One.
9 to 5 thing. How do you feel about? You see that 9 to 5 video about
What's
those
that?
girls saying, "What's a broke guy? A broke guy is a guy that works a 9 to 5." Do you do you believe that?
I don't. Like my boyfriend works a 9 to 5. He also has other investments in property, but he does well for himself.
But
no.
I mean, it's like where.
Or
where-
if somebody
where-
just has or does that alone.
that's what they were saying. Is like, do you feel like I
But
mean,
they're not broke. If I can afford my lifestyle,
don't get me wrong. We're not
What?
discussing you as a
Yeah, no,
woman.
no,
We're
as-
discussing the mindset
Yes,
of
obviously.
saying umuntu olokozana
Usebenza,
osebenza 9
yeah.
to 5 is a broke guy. And I get it. There's different guys.
but
that,
why?
Eh?
Why?
I'm asking you as the woman because I don't get it.
I don't think like that. I don't think that's true because if someone can afford themselves, then you're doing well for yourself, no?
Exactly.
Then what's the problem?
Well, the problem, I guess, then comes from girls, I'd say, budgeting themselves in guys' lives before they even meet the guy, I think that's a real problem because we end up with shady relationships.
Then why do we have to put it on men if women are damaged or if people are traumatized?
I feel like everybody's damaged, men and women. It's just now, as a man or a woman, don't try not to find a damaged guy. And again, you don't get to choose who you fall in love with.
Exactly. Like you can have damage on damage and it works out because
No,
you guys share
I
a
don't
lot.
think you gotta. I mean, you can have damage on damage, but if you guys don't decide to heal, it's like it's horrible.
Well, I wouldn't know. I don't know. I've dated a guy who was damaged, and I was damaged as well, and we did so well, and we are actually good friends. We were together for 6 years.
What do you call damage really?
Oh well, let me see. I don't know. Having to experience traumatic experiences, I think that sort of damages a person as an individual because abanye abantu don't know how to come back from those things.
Yeah.
So they are just e-crapyard, technically. Because they just keep adding instead of like, okay, for example, myself, ne?
Yeah.
I was raped as a child.
Oh wow.
Exactly, at the age of 4. And
Do you remember that?
I do, very vividly even.
Jeez.
Yeah. It never leaves you. It never goes away.
Yeah.
So now, growing up also, after being raped also, now you can imagine I was raped as a child. I grew up in a very poor family. And also, I was abused as a child, physically.
Like
Like punches and
Who
all those
abused you?
things. You know what I mean? It was my brother's girlfriend. She came to live with us because we didn't have anyone umdala ekhaya, yabo. So then
And
I
like
was the
annoying.
oldest out of my siblings. No. Like hectic, bruh. If I feel like Sasa was every day was 6 years show.
Oh shit.
For nothing, bruh.
You damage.
You know what I mean? But now
And I don't mean that like to
No,
shame
not
you.
even, not even. So, however, that's not an excuse for me to be an asshole of a human. That's not an excuse for me to be mean to people. That's not an excuse for me to look down on myself because I never chose that for myself. It
Yeah.
just happened because maybe it's all part of God's plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, no, no. She has to go through these things so she be that person or she becomes that Thobeka.
Yeah.
Of which,
TBK.
you know what I'm saying? So if ever I had to go through that again to actually get this person that I am today, definitely I would go through it over and over again.
I just can't get over the fact that you just rolled out. I was raped as a 4-year. Do you speak about that?
I do.
Do you mind
Openly
speaking
even.
about it?
I don't because I've healed from it.
How long did it take you to heal?
It took me 10 years to be quite honest.
Really? And
Like full
it's
10 years.
therapy or just
No,
yourself?
just yourself,
Like learning that there's patterns of life. etc.
Not necessarily whether it's a pattern of life. It was just a matter of, if not me, then who? Is there someone else that I would say, I don't deserve this? It should have been somebody else.
Yeah.
Then who? You know what I mean?
I get it.
So that was my understanding.
Like, 'cause
Yes.
I don't deserve this.
Then who deserves it?
innately means somebody else deserves
Exactly
it.
myself.
Okay.
Exactly that. So then it was a matter of, I was chosen to go through it,
Yeah.
or God allowed it for it to happen to me.
Oof, yeah. Do you still believe in God?
I do. I think
Like the Christian God? Like, or a form of God?
the Christian God as well, because that's what I grew up knowing.
Yeah.
So
It's
then
your
I think
language around God.
it's just that, because I know that, because that's what I was accustomed to. I think, if that's the word. Yeah, well. So then I think, then it will be difficult for someone to say to you, hey dog, yazin, awake amadlozi, kunkulunkulu.
Yeah,
Then
I
it's
get,
like,
I get you.
You know what I mean? Yes.
For me, the biggest saving grace is that, like, I found out that religion and spirituality are not the same thing. So it's like, okay, you can call your language around God or whatever, but
Yeah.
we're all speaking about the same
Person,
Same
event, at the end
thing,
of the day.
same thing.
Yeah, because he created everything. Whoever that guy is.
And then, so now, how did that affect your adult relationships? Having, like,
It didn't.
it didn't at all.
Because
You were healed by the time.
I was healed by the time I started dating. Because I started dating, at grade 11? I think that was my first kiss and my first boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was already over. And I was actually a tomboy in school.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't date in primary. And I didn't even date
Did you
in
shave
my
your
school.
hair?
Yeah, I had short hair. Oh my gosh, I look terrible. Lord have mercy on my soul. Damn, I've come a long way, y'all.
Sick
Ooh. Exactly. But it didn't affect anything, even when I decided to have, sex or whatever. It just didn't. It didn't feel wrong. Well, except for the fact that I'm not married. But yes, that was the only
Oh,
one.
wow.
Because when I got home, I felt like my parents could see me. Oh my God. Yes, because I felt like my parents could actually see through me.
Oh, wow.
That was
okay.
so scary.
That's the thing about the brain. It's so it seems like you've attained a peace of mind. How do you manage to keep that going?
I'm the oldest of my siblings.
How many of you?
There is 2 of us from my mom. From my dad, there's 7 of us.
Yeah.
Yes. So I'm the oldest of the girls, and we have a brother as well. So it's always a matter of there are people looking at me,
Yeah.
looking up to me to say, Usisomdala, what is she doing? So then I sort of gave myself that task. Gugus, you know what? I'm gonna
That's
be
what keeps you disciplined.
exactly. It keeps me going. I swear to God. You know what I'm? Yes, yeah, it does.
Be a big girl now.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Thank you so much for coming through and telling us about yourself. I thought you were a fun person. You're even more interesting now. That I know a little bit more about your story. So
Yeah.
hopefully you're gonna come work for us soon and shit like that.
Amen.
But other than that, yeah, man, thank you for coming through. We'll see you soon. Do you want to you told the people where can they get you, Thobeka?
Yes, on Instagram, I'm Ndwandwe Thobeka, just one word, no underscore, no nothing, just that word. And then on Facebook, Thobeka Ndwandwe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. Streets, deeply rooted .world, RadioDR.co.za. That's where you can catch all these podcasts and other things that we might do on deeply rooted .world. And yeah,
shout out.
Thank you for
Peace out.
having me.
Bye.
Bye, y'all. Oh, God.